Welcome to Pullman, Washington. Martin Stadium, home to the Washington State Cougars, and the anticipation is running high on the Palouse. Little gets the blood boiling. Quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the Washington Huskies, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Washington State Cougars. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Washington State ready to kick off as it's time to get things started. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. The Huskies offense will have the first possession of the game. And the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive in games like this, guys, and it's crucial to get your emotions under control.
No doubt. In rivalry games, you've got to limit the mental errors, and you've got to limit the penalties, because those will kill you, Pollack.
And you got to come out under control. It means so much. We know that. The fans are all talking about it. But it's just football.
Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
They have had to wear that beat down since the last time these two met, Jesse.
And they've been talking about it for a long time. They were absolutely embarrassed. The players, the coaches, the fans. You know, David, coming into this game this time, they want to put out a much better performance.
Oh, there's nothing worse. The coaches are riding you all week leading up into this game, reminding you, showing the clips in the locker room. You know you failed. You want to come out and get a great start in this football game early.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like, because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll give it to the back. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
And not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
Not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
This is either complete confidence or a hint of recklessness. Opening drive, 4th down, own territory, going for it. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down. So the Washington State Cougars offense will go to work for the first time. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up.
All kinds of running room. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31. Washington State going quickly.
Yeah, defensively, you better be ready to run east and west when you're playing against this offense. In their running game that time, the offense was able to outflank the defense to the right side for a big play.
And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? The biggest lie college football coaches tell is nameless, faceless opponents. David, game like this, you know their name and you know their face.
You know them well, and it does mean just a little bit more, because it's bragging rights. Like, the rivalries matter so much all throughout the year. All the fans talking about this game in particular, that's why it means more, and that's why these players will be jacked out of their minds.
Oh, he just needed to stretch the ball out a few inches more, and he would have picked up the first down. It was a great individual effort there on 3rd down, getting back a bunch of yards, and now they're in a position to go for it here on 4th.
The give and the run on 4th down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Low man wins. Defense that time on 4th down was expecting run, and you saw at the point of attack how they just dominated. There was nowhere for that guy to go. Defense wins the down. They give it back up now to their offense.
A run up the middle is stuffed for no gain. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. And it falls incomplete, and the offense is lucky to have it. Defender right there almost had it in his grasp.
Great play by the defensive back, showing you his variety of skills. His ability to turn the hips, his speed running downfield, turning his head to locate the football and then swatting it away. You just can't do it better.
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. This offense is completely confident in their ability to get 1 yard. They'll go for it on 4th down. They'll mark him down right there, and that'll be enough for a Washington 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give on the inside. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the change for the 1st down. This Washington offense moving quickly down the field. He wants to throw. Flips it out to the back. At the 40, there he goes. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on 1st down. That's caught. It's McClain. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a 1st down.
Zone coverage means everybody's looking at the quarterback. So now, when I'm a wide receiver, I got to make sure I know I fit in the hole between these zones. I know where they're dropping to, and I know where I need to get to. Great job by the wide receiver finding that hole, and the quarterback throwing a strike.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Winston. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
I don't know who on defense is going to cover this guy. Honestly, he could be a problem for this defense over the middle of the field in the passing game.
Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, you're in the red zone. You bring out a bunch of tight ends on the field. So the defense, they were expecting run on that one. They were physical, and they were able to force the negative play.
And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Huskies.
Well, I know it's a very small sample size, and we've got a lot of football to go this year, but what can you say about this offense? How explosive and impressive they look. Top 5 in the nation in scoring, and you can see why. They've got speed and playmakers all over the field.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Washington State, 0.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going.
That's a live ball. How in the world did the offense retain possession? Washington State lines up quickly.
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it in slow motion. Like, I got to get the football. Offense very lucky to get that football back.
Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. From the gun, wants to pass. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. Washington State sends the punt team onto the field. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
The give to the lone running back. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. The Huskies love these backs that can churn up yardage like a Corey Dillon and Napoleon Kaufman used to do.
Yeah, just guys that you can depend on, guys you can hand it to and know you're going to get really, really good production. Then what does that do? It opens up the whole offense, gets everybody jacked up in the Pacific Northwest.
Well, there was something the quarterback liked in the pre-snap there, thinking his primary target was going to have a favorable matchup, but the defense did a nice job disguising that look. They got more bodies over to him and forced the incompletion.
And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. Now facing a 3rd and long. Wide receiver shows motion. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Bought a little time, lets it go. Finds the tight end. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. Now it's a first down from the 43-yard line. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Past the 30. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Washington hoping to make this defense bow down in the red zone. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Got it set up on the outside. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. How about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Washington.
Touchdown.
One thing this team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them, winning their first game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Dialing up a second down pass play. And the pass is intercepted. He'll try to take it back. And after the interception, he brings it back and gets it inside the 35.
It's so nice to see defenders squeeze that pigskin. A lot of times in great position, you see them there to make the play, but there's a reason they play defense. Not this time. Great job securing the interception.
And that ball is picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, Cougar! What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return. What about the speed from that defender on the return?
He's showing you, Reese, like, listen, it's not just wide receivers that can do that. I can take this thing to the house. I got some moves. Watch this. Unbelievable job flipping the field. Offense about to score. Defense makes the huge plays and gets points out of it.
They're just about ready to kick it away. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. They'll go to the ground. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. Ball is at the 35. It's first and 10. To the ground. He's got it again. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They believe they can run right here. Turns it on in midfield. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Washington coming to the line with another first down. Handoff to the single running back. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
First down for the offense.
They're getting this guy lathered up. Works his way ahead for about 3 yards. Stops at the 23.
Yeah, the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Running back searching for a hole. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
They have declared their intentions on this drive, keeping it on the ground. It's 1st and 10 again. He's going to pass. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score.
You know, and that's why this guy can play first, second, and third down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. And they're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Motion from the offense. Touch pass on the right. Really strong job by the defense. A negative play on 3rd down.
And that's a gut punch, especially if you're the offensive coordinator, because that was sort of a foreign look, the pre-snap motion, a timing play, trying to get the receiver the football quickly. You're expecting...
And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Husky. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Toledo notched a victory in enemy territory. And though it wasn't a dominant win, I'd argue any win away from the Glass Bowl is worth its weight in gold to the Rockets. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. They're going to run it to the right. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Washington State going quickly. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And they sniffed that draw out. When the draw, you really have to sell that pass like you're going to throw the ball down the field, but the defensive line, the defense was not biting it. You could tell they were ready for it. Came, got on the running back, got him on the ground quick, fast, and in a hurry.
And the ball is picked off.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
Deep shot for the end zone. And they will score. Touchdown, Washington. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
28, Washington State, 7.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true.
And that is interception number 3 on the day. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Husky. Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner will be brought down. They'll operate out a split back. Out of the gun, the running back has it. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
The give to the back. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Just a simple power play. Again, not sexy, run the ball up the middle. Physicality, offensive line gets to assert themselves, run block, which they love to do. This pays dividends down the road in the fourth quarter.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. A strike downfield. So important to convert these 3rd downs, and they get it done. They'll have it at the 42. Washington State going back to work on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. After the misfire, now on 2nd down. They'll try the run. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a 3rd down stop. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. A beautifully placed ball to the outside, and the toe drag for the big pickup. Washington State has it all working right now. Looking to move it through the air. Oh, they had the screen all set up on first down, and he couldn't make the catch. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. The inside handoff. He works his way down to the 30-yard line before he stopped, a gain of 3. They've made clutch, tough plays on this drive on 3rd down. They need one more on 3rd and 7. Get it out on the screen. Finds a crease at the 20. Oh, he dropped it! Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. Looking for a productive play on first down. They'll leave it with the lone back. Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Fires to the big fella. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. A new set of downs after the completion. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
He's just winning that matchup in the slot every time.
And when you put him in the slot, Reese, he's closer to the quarterback. It's an easier throw. We can run in, we can run out, and really take advantage of his versatility of the guy in that slot position.
That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48. Fresh set of downs after the completion. They want to just keep throwing it. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. He's looking downfield to throw. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. Washington sends out the punt team.
Number 16, on to punt it away.
Signals for the fair catch and makes it at the 20. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and a first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
Looking to buy time. Trying to escape and get it himself. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. From the gun, the running back has it. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. On the return, it's Singletary. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for an.
Can anyone catch him? He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this.
And the defense aims, got him at the 27.
Well, this guy's become a bit of a problem for opposing offenses. In their last game, he had 2 sacks, and he's dominating again, getting his first sack in this game now. He right now is wrecking people's game plans, and this offense better find out how to slow him down.
Throws to the tight end. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Well, the defense just needs something positive to happen. They're trailing in this game. A turnover would be massive for momentum right now, and a nice effort defensively, getting a hand on the ball, knocking it down.
He'll ride his man on the option. He'll pitch it. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Quickly complete. He's not going to get there. Stop short on fourth down. So the offense doesn't want to take a chance here. They'll just come out and take a knee and wrap up the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. Washington ready to kick off to start this second half.
35. Washington State, 7.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it, and I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30. Solid pickup for 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. trying to surprise him with the pass. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
And how about this defense? Really answering the challenge so far today. This offense, you've seen like last week. I mean, they can throw for touchdowns and big yards and big chunk plays. Defense has answered the call, played the deep ball well, played discipline, making this offense really earn everything they get.
He almost had another one. They've already picked off 3 and just a hair away from number 4 there. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Fair catch called for and made. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Power football with the run. At the 35, he's got room. Smashes him with the stiff arm. And how much running room have they been able to find on the ground? Man, are they piling up some gaudy rushing stats. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. Now on 1st and 10 from the 35. They'll give it to him again. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. On the run, it's Singletary. And they're able to get him on the ground.
Well, the defense wasn't expecting that. They had a lot of guys back into coverage. That was 2nd and a lot of yards to go, and they got caught off guard. Not enough guys in the box to control that run.
Just outside the red zone as they pick up the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 22. The Huskies come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll run the option. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game, running the football.
The run from the shotgun. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the 1st down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Huskies will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
It's now 2nd and goal.
Second and goal for the offense. They go to the ground. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
They keep pushing forward down to the 3, but now it's 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Huskies! And the route is on. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Makes the catch. Tackle is made at the 22, but a nice 10-yard pickup there on 1st down from their own 22. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 27-yard line. They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the tight end. Tackle is made after the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Cougars are moving quickly down the field. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. They'll run the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D lineman involved.
And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes. Washington State will have to boot it away. He's getting plenty of work. 4th time we've seen this guy punt it today. And the punt team gets down there and touches it dead. That's where they'll put it in play. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
I think defenses sometimes get frustrated, and you want to get blitz happy, and because you give up yards. In this day and age, you're going to give up yards. Who cares? This is the area you've got to bow up. Nice job on 1st down stopping them. A couple more downs here to stay aggressive.
That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And they'll put 3 on the board, but the deficit remains huge. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They coughed it up on that last drive, but the defense really bailed them out, holding him to a field goal, Jesse.
Yeah, and I think the offense kind of got away from their identity a little bit on that last drive, David. They got to kind of get back to doing what they do.
Yeah, and hold on to the football. I mean, defense just did their job. Stopped them, held them to a field goal, limited the damage. Now it's time for the offense to get the momentum going again.
Fires to the big fella. And he's down at the 41. That's a 1st down. New set of downs after that completion. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. They'll leave it with him. Across the 25, he's got room. And he'll pick up the 1st down after a tough run there.
1st down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another 1st down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Oh, looked upfield too soon and dropped the football, and it'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, and you use these running backs so much in the passing game now, and you expect him to make those plays for you, to make those big explosive plays out of the backfield. Just got to make sure he concentrates and see that ball come in.
And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Washington comes to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Washington! And the punishment has been extended.
Loving what I'm seeing from this offense this week. And talking to them, they felt like last week's one was a lot closer than what it should have been. They didn't play to their full potential, but they did that here in this game. When they're hitting on all cylinders, they are scared.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights.
That makes the score. Washington, 49.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Number 16, set to kick off.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
He'll keep it himself. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
On 3rd and short, the power run here. And he needed just a single yard, and he did not get it. What a stout play by this defense. Washington State sends out the punt unit. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Give to the running back. And a 9-yard gain on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
9-yard pickup on 1st down, and now they can take a shot on 2nd and short. The give to the tailback. He's got enough, and it'll be a 1st down for Washington.
Pound it, pound it, pound it. I might not have that pretty run-pass ratio of 50-50, but if I can run the football like this consistently, if you're not going to do anything about it, you want to be a great offensive coordinator, keep calling the run.
Leaves it with the running back. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. That's the end of the quarter, and Washington has the lead. This has been a complete obliteration so far, as the 3rd quarter stats will show you. First down to start the drive after the break. They'll try it over the left side. And he has had a long day at the office, not to mention the backfield, as the defense has been all over him.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the 1st down. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. They think they can impose their will here with the run to the right. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Handoff to the single back. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Goes to the option. He'll toss it. On the move at the 30. A tremendous run. He was full bore after taking that pitch. Just sweet execution.
And this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead. You want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, Dave, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's getting pushed and that's getting movement, and it's carrying over all the way here deep into the fourth quarter.
They'll try the left side. They make the stop after a pickup of 3 balls at the 18. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. Fights his way for a couple, but stopped short of the marker. It's 4th and 1.
Yeah, not enough movement up front. You got to be a little bit more physical with this offense, but now it's 4th and 1. Another opportunity. You go for it there, you pick up some yardage. Now you made it a little bit short. Now this offense has really got to get physical.
4th and 1, turn around, hand it off to your bell cow running back, and let him go move the sticks. Great job.
Touchdown, Huskies! And the beatdown has ensued. They add on to this lead, and it looks as if they'll be moving to 2-0. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Florida sparkled today in a dominant road win. In fact, by the fourth quarter, it almost felt like this game was being played in the swamp. That's how much they took that crowd out of it. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way. But I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
And and it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
And he'll have to check his fillings after that flick, but he did get the first down. They cross midfield at the 45 with a 1st and 10. Looking left. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
Comes out throwing on 1st down. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit. After missing the connection last time, it's 2nd and 10 from the 22. He'll just keep slinging it. The quarterback scrambled around with the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack. They've moved it to the 25, but now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack. It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. He's going to reach for a long one, a 52-yard attempt. And he missed it. No good. I guess the idea was to chip away at a big lead. Consider the lead not chipped away. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. 2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Still on his feet at the 45. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30.
Yeah, this offense has had their way with this defense, and they've had a lot of success. And I tell you what, if this defense wants any chance of coming back, they better get physical and stop the run, because right now, this offense is having their way. And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like, they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
Unloads to the right. He's got him wide open. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
And the extra point was good. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. Going up top on first down. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And there's nothing you can do about it, because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week, for the rest of this season, so we don't let one bad game turn into two.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch game film, but they may want to skip this one. I mean, because it may hurt their confidence. They just need to turn the page and get ready for the next opponent. Forget this day ever happened.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Fires on the run. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. And he's going to go down as time has run out. There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident, David. They were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many penalties. It's hard to rein in your emotions, but they did. They kept it in check, and now bragging rights for a whole year.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Paul.